Alrighty, so we did these problems in class where we wanted to put it into scientific notation when it's already a standard form number. So when it's a standard form number, if the number is greater than 1, we move the decimal place over to the left and it creates a positive exponent. If the number is less than 1, we move it to the right and we get a negative exponent. And doing this, we want to get the number here, our factor, to be between 1 and 10. So if it's between 1 and 10, we're good to go. We move on. For these type of problems, when we're putting it into standard form, if it's a negative number, we're moving to the left because we want our number to be less than 1. Anytime it's a negative exponent, we're going to have a number less than 1. For this one, when we have a positive exponent, we're going to move to the right. Anytime we have a positive exponent, the number is greater than 1. So try these problems. When we do this problem, we get a positive exponent, so we're going to move it to the right 6. So if I move it to the right 6, I'll get 7, 6, 5 with 4 zeros. Because if I move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's exactly what I wanted. For this one, we're going to move to the left. So we'll have 9, 3, 4, 2 as normal, and then we'll have move it over 1, move it over 2, move it over 3, move it over 4, move it over 5. So we're going to have 0.00009342. We have this one in class where we multiply. So we multiply 5.55 times 2.6. 1 times 3 gives you 4, but that would give me 14.43 times 10 to the 4th power, and this number has to be between 1 and 10. So we move the decimal place over 1 to the left. When we move it over 1 to the left, we add 1, and we get this as our final answer. Same thing over here. We do 5.8 times 9, which gives me 52.2. Negative 1 plus 2 gives me 1. However, we want to be able to get it between 1 and 10. So we move it over to the left once, and we add 1 to the exponent, which gave us the 5.22 times 10 to the second. So this green writing is for our next point where we add the solutions. So when we add the solutions, we have to make sure they're both in the same exact exponent number. So if this is a 5, this has to be a 5 because we always want the smaller to become the bigger. So if we want the smaller to become the bigger, we have to add 3 to get 5. If we add 3, we move it 3 to the left, and that gives me 0.00522. So when you add 1.443 and 0.00522, you get 1.44822 times 10 to the 5th. This is a problem you didn't see in class, so you should be trying it now. So the first step will be to multiply our factors. So we'll do 7.6 times 6, which gives me 45.6. Then we add the 4 and the 4, which gives me an 8. This has to be between 1 and 10, so I move it over 1. That means I add 1. So I get 4.56 times 10 to the 9th power, which we have down there. Try this one. So we're going to do 8.2 times 2, which gives me 16.4. 2 plus 4 is 6. Must be between 1 and 10, so I move it over. And I get 1.64 times 10 to the 7th, which is the answer down there. They want us to subtract it now. So I'll erase these so it's a little bit more clear. So we look for the smaller one. The smaller one is the 7, so we want to make it a 9, so we add 2. If we add 2, we move it twice over. We get 0.0164 times 10 to the 9th. So we're going to add 4.56 plus 0.0164, and we get subtracting. Oops. 4.56 minus, sorry, I forgot the minus sign, 0.0164. And we get, this should be a 4.5436. Let me fix that while we're here. Silly me. That should be a 4. All right, let's move on to the next one. So the next one, we saw this one in class, but what you're going to do is divide 8.1 divided by 5.6, which gives me 1.446. Negative 3 minus a negative 2, this becomes a plus, so we get to negative first power. We're going to divide here, 4.5 divided by 8, gives me 0.5625. Negative 4 minus a negative 3 gives me a negative 1, but we need this to be in proper scientific notation, so we move it to the right. When we move it to the right, we subtract 1, and we get 5.625 times 10 to the negative second. Now I ask you to add them. So if we're adding, we want to get the smaller one to become the bigger one. So we want negative 2 to become negative 1. Negative 2 is a smaller number. So negative 2 plus 1, when you add 1, you move it over, and we get 1.446 plus 0.5625. We get 2.0085 times 10 to the negative first. Let's look at this division one. Put the answers up. So 4 divided by 3.63 gives me the 1.102. 4 minus a negative 4 creates that plus there, so we get the 8. Now we have 1.91 divided by 5, which gives me 0.382. 3 minus a negative 4 gives me 3 plus 4, which is 7. We need it between 1 and 10, so we move it over to the right. When you move it over to the right, you subtract 1. So that's where we get the 3.82 times 10 to the 6th. Now we want to subtract the solutions. So we want to get the 6 to become an 8, because once again, 6 is less than 8. So we add 2. When we add 2, we move it over to the left. So we do 1.102 minus 0.0382. And get 1.0638 times 10 to the 8th power. Now let's do one like this. We're going to do 1.08 times 9.3, which gives me 10.044. Negative 3 plus negative 3 is negative 6. Once again, need to move it over. So we add 1, and we get 1.004 times 10 to the negative 5th. Then you should put another 4 at the end, just to be proper. And then we have some division here. Put the 4 back here just to be correct. Divisions. We're going to do 3.59 divided by 2.22, which gives me 1.617. We'll stop there. Negative 2 minus 1 is a negative 3. So now that we have these, it's asking us to add. So if I added these, I'd have to get the negative 5 to become a negative 3, because negative 5 is smaller. So I add 2. If I add 2, I move it over 2. So we'll have 0.010044 times 10 to the negative 3rd plus 1.617 times 10 to the negative 3rd. And when you add those together, you get 1.62704 times 10 to the negative 3rd. So that's a little recap of how you complete these problems. And if you have any questions, I have extra help Wednesday at 2:45. And you can email me as well. Have a great day.